हरि ओम्. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Hari Om. And we'll start with from where we stopped last Sunday. But I would want to take you little back because I forgot to tell you one very Marathi, very beautiful Marathi rendition of verse number 3. I forgot to read it last time. Should have. So the verse is Na namayitum adhijyamasmi shaktaha. Dushyanta says that, I'm not able to bend my bow on these very innocent-eyed does, the harinis, because they remind me of my Priya, of Shakuntala's eyes, long and very innocent, and that Karunya Bhava in that, okay. So, one Marathi rendition of that done by Professor Lele Shastri, and as it is quoted by Rasham Valimbe in his Marathi translation, it is like very, very apt, only 4 lines, right? Mitra dhanushya mama sajja karat ahe. I have in my hand sajja, adhijjam, right? It is what you say, adhijjam dhanuhu. Odhavaya mrigi is saptami here. Odhavaya mrigi parantu na hatavahe. But my hands do not, come forward to pull it, adhisayakam also, but I am not able to namayitum na shaktaha. Why? Yanni vani basuniya javali priyela vate jano padhavili svakatakshalila. I feel as if janu, it's an utpreksha. Janu yanni priyela javali basahuni. They made my priya sit near them and padhavili, they instructed her. They taught her Svakatakshalila. So what a beautiful rendition. I just forgot to recite it last time. Okay, now we won't repeat all that and we'll come straightway to the verse number 4. We had Girichara Ivanagaha Pranasaram Bibharati. So Dushyanta is compared with a wild elephant. Girichara. So Girichara anena Muktatvam, Swachandatvam anena vyajyate. He is not a caged, or a temple elephant who obeys your commands and all that. He is Giricharaha. So Girichara Ivanagaha Pranasaram Bibharti. He as if bears all that essence of life. Life is strength because prana gives you bala. And therefore, what you say in the Medha Sukta, Mai Medha, Mai Praja, Mai Indra, Indriyam Dadhatu. So this is the Baladevata is Indra. And then Mai Suryo Bhrajo Dadhatu. For Surya you ask for Teja, the luster, and for Indra you ask Bala, because Indra is the Prana Devata. Okay? Indra is the Devata of the Indriyas. Mai Indra Indriyam Dadhatu, that is the Bala. So Pranasaram Bibharati, and though with days of wandering around in the forest, apachitam gatram, he is little reduced a little bit, apachitam, it has come down, decrease in the fatness, in the fatty element of his body, yet basically the body is vyayat tattvat. It is robust built of like Shalapranshuhu, Vrushaskandhaha, Mahabhujaha, all the Raghu kings are also described in the same fashion by Kalidasa. So Vyayatattvat, alaksham. Though the gatra is little apachita, it is not to be noticed at all. Svedaleshaihi abhinnam anena shramajayitvam suchyate asya. So then Ravi Kirana Sahishnu, again wandering in the hot sun, and he doesn't complain, oh how hot it is, He knows it is going to be hot while wandering in the sun in the afternoons, and there is no AC and there is no Vamakukshi for him in the afternoon. So Ravi Kiranam Asahishnu, and the Purva Bhaga, the west, the chest portion of his body, Purva Bhaga, Anavarata Dhanujja Sphalana Krura Purvam. Krura is Kathina and not cruel here. Here, Krura means Kathina. So one whose body has become very, very stiff, hard, because Anavarata, continuously, one after the other, he is shooting the arrows, Ayam Varaha, Ayam Mrigaha, and therefore Anavarata Dhanurja Sphalana Krura Purvam, and therefore Apachitam Apigatram Vyaya Tattvada Laksham, and Girichara Ivanagaha Pranasaram Bibharti. Very beautiful verse. Then Upetya, this Senapati comes, he has sent for the Senapati, Raivataka Senapati Mahuya. So Senapati has come here. Grihita Shvapadam Aranyam Kimanyatra Avasthiyate Mandotsaha. So Grihita Shvapadam Aranyam. So the people, they have gone ahead, Ranutvaila. So Grihita Shvapadam, the Shvapada, the wild animal, is trapped now. Grihita, it's entrapped, and all around are our people. So the king can go and just shoot an arrow. It's a ready prey for him to shoot. So Grihita Shvapadam Kimanyatra Avasthiyate. Why are you whiling away your time here? We have already gone there, I have sent my people as it was decided. Every day we are doing it, and therefore why are you staying here? Why are you passing your time here with Vidushaka? Why don't we start? King says, Mandotsaha kritaha asmi mrigayapavadina madhavyena. My utsaha is little bit reduced. Because of whom? By this my friend, Priyavayasyena, Kritaha asmi Madhavyena, Mrigayapavadina, who is, criticizing Mrigaya. So he doesn't like Mrigaya. He has done that, like the Bhaksha, Bhojya, Peya, and sitting and no night and this and that. So he has lots of complaints about the Mrigaya. And therefore, Mrigaya Pavadina Madhavyena Mandotsaha or Bhagnotsaha. There is another Pathabheda, Bhagnotsaha. But better to have Manda, because, being a king, being a Kshatriya, he is all enthusiastic when he goes out for hunting expedition. But now, it is Manda. The Utsaha has diminished. And therefore, Manda seems to be a better Pathabheda. And Madhavyena. Now, for Madhavya, there are some 2-3 like deviations or Pathabhedas, variant readings. It is Madhavyena, the fourth Vyanjana, or Mathavyena, Matha, the Dvitiya Vyanjana, the Kathora Vyanjana, or Madhavyena. So Madhavyena, Madhavyena, and Mathavyena. If it is Mathavya, the Marathi word Agdi Mathe, that is derived from this. So one who is literally a fool, mat, like a earthen pot, so mathe agdi. So that is Mathavya. So that reflects the same meaning. Madhavya is instead of the Dvitiya Varna, the Chaturtha Varna comes. It is very logical, grammatical replacement alternatively. But Madhavyena is significant because, many times the names of the Vidushaka is based on Vasanta Rutu. So in Swapnavasavadattam, he is called as Vasantaka or Gautama. Vasantaka is a very, very common name. And Madhava is the name of Vaishakha Masa. Madhu is Chaitra Masa. So Madhu Masa is Chaitra Masa and Madhava is Vaishakha Masa. So both together comprise of Vasanta Rutu. So Madhavyena is also a very good reading. Kale has maintained Madhavyena and has given in the Pathabheda as variant readings Madhavyena and Madhavyena. So we'll go by Madhavyena because that's a very popularly accepted name of Vidushaka. So Mandotsaha kritaha asmi mrigayapavadina Madhavyena. Senapati is also, little tired now. How many days they are going? They are away from the capital city. They are away from their leisurely life and their comfort zone. In modern days, we talk more about comfort zone, right? So they are away from the comfort zone. So he also wants to go back. But apparently and outwardly, he has to praise the king and support the king in all his activities. So Swagata or Janantika, he says, Janantikam, only to Vidushaka, he says, Sakhe sthira pratibandho bhava. Yes, keep on your pratibandho or pratidnyaha, whatever you want to assertively state. Oh, stop this mrigaya and let's go back, sthira pratidnyo bhava. You continue doing that. But aham tavat swaminaha chittavrittim anuvartishye. But I shall, just try to gauge what is going on in the mind of the Lord, of the king. So if he is also averse, okay, let's all return. If he is very enthusiastic, I must ignite that. I must motivate him, that enthusiasm I must trigger. So he has to follow what the king has in the mind. So, aham tavat swaminaha chittavrittim anuvartishya. I will try to follow what's going on in the mind of the king. Here the translation of Kale is somehow I don't agree with that. He has translated here, friend, be firm in your opposition to the chase. That's in the bracket, to the chase. While I shall humor his majesty. Chittam anuvartishye is not humor, it is vinodayishye, would have been humor, or divert his mind. Chittam anuvartishye, I will follow, what's going on in his mind. So I will just try to guess, try to follow what is going on. Okay? And Prakasham, apparently, outwardly, publicly, he says to the king, Pralapatu eshaha Vaidheyaha, this fool, this bastard, Vaidheya, bastard, a slang word. Some people have their, instead of Vaidheya, Vaidhaveya. Vaidhaveya is a person whose wife is dead. But then that's not a correct word. Vaidheya is a fool in general. It's a slang word. Like Shivi deun boltat na tasa. So, nanu pralapatu eshaha vaidheyaha, nanu prabhureva nidarshanam. But prabhureva, in this particular instance, prabhurevatra nidarshanam, you are the Swami. You have the full authority. You have to decide. Whatever he wants to say, let him say. Pralapatu, let him babble. But then you are the authority. The last word, I will take your call. You have to take the last call. Nanu prabhureva atra nidarshanam. And then comes a very beautiful verse. This is in Shardula Vikridita. And very beautiful in the sense, that mithyaisha vyasanam vadanti mrigayam idrug vinodah kritaha. People accuse and criticize mrigaya as a vyasana. It's an addiction. Vyasana is an aparadha. Addiction comes in the later literature, but then it is an aparadha. It's not to be done, Mrigaya is not a good practice. But then he says, Idrug vinodah kutaha. Where can you find another better sport than this? Another better diversion than this? Vinodaha. Vinoda, in Marathi we have Vinoda in the sense of humor. Kai Vinodi Manuse, he is very humorous person. And tell me some Vinoda, tell me some jokes. But the basic meaning, the lexical meaning, upasarga, nuda. Nuda is to prerana, nuda preranayam. V is viruddha. So you are doing something and you are taken in the opposite direction, diversion. So digressing or diverting the mind is the basic meaning of Vinoda. So if we are caught hold by one particular thought, then there comes one person, somebody like Vidushaka or somebody else, and he tries to divert your mind. That is Vinoda. Okay? And then literally, later on, by telling jokes, you can change the mood of the person, right? And therefore, Vinoda came to be known as humor. But the basic meaning is diversion. So, idrug vinodaha kutaha, and Vinoda, because something diverts us, is something like a sport, a krida, and therefore Vinoda also means, the lexical meaning also, Vinoda also means a krida, sport. Okay? So, Vinodaha, idrug vinodaha kutaha. And he, in the first three lines, he gives all the positive sides of the hunting. There are positive sides. It's not only a negative thing which is to be condemned and criticized by people. Oh, hunting is a very bad thing, Once you go, you become addicted to that. It becomes like a vyasana for you. It becomes like a vyasana. But then this is really an amusement. Senapati wants to say, this is not a vice, this is VIC, this is not a bad thing to practice, but in fact this is an amusement, this is a very good sport because there are so many positive factors. Let us learn what are so good points about Mrigaya. मेदश्छेदकृशोदरं लघुभवत्युत्थानयोग्यं वपुः सत्त्वानामपि लक्ष्यते विकृतिमच्चित्तं भयक्रोधयोः उत्कर्षस्य च धन्विनां यदिशव सिद्ध्यन्ति लक्ष्ये चले मिथ्यैष व्यसनं वदन्ति मृगयाम् ईदृग्विनोदः कुतः. Very nice verse. What happens in the Mrigaya is Medashcheda. Meda, the fatness, the vasa. The vasa, the fat element, Mamsa, according to the Sushruta and the Bhava Prakasha Nighantu and the Ayurveda text, when the Mamsa is cooked with Vaishvanara, the abdominal fire, it turns into Meda, Charbi, Ghatta. And the sthana of Meda is Udara, because it is, full of fat substance. But what happens is Mrigaya is Medashcheda. The Meda is cut off, it comes down like anything, and then it gets reduced, the Meda gets reduced, because you are constantly on the horseback, you are chasing the animal of prey, right? And you don't have your comfort zone, anything to eat, anything to drink, and few hours of night sleep and all that. So you lose all your comfort and you are constantly on your toes or on the horseback. I mean running after the in the forest, that too in the uneven terrain, uphill and all that, and therefore Charbi jhadun jate. Medashcheda. Because of Medashcheda, the reduction of the fat, what happens is Krisha Udaram. The Udara becomes lean, very active, nimble. If you are Krisha, you are very active. You can run fast. If you are so fat and bulky and obese, you can't even run. And that the sthana of Meda, as I said, not I said, it is Sushruta and Bhava Prakash and all the Ayurvedic peoples, the scholars. So the Udara becomes Krisha, it becomes lean. Because of the reduction of Meda, the Udara becomes Krisha, and because the Udara becomes Krisha, Vapuhu Utthana, it becomes Laghu. Udara becomes laghu, and therefore vapuhu utthana yogyam bhavati. The entire body becomes so light that you can get up easily, you can walk easily, you can run easily, you can rise very easily. You don't have to, press your palms on the ground and slowly from the ground you have to raise yourself. Not like that. Utthana yogyam vapuhu. So it becomes very light and fit to move quickly, fit for exercise. Utthana, for exercise, for rising up and doing all your duties. So utthana yogyam. So this is all, like a karana karya parampara. Mrigaya, what does it do? It reduces the Meda, Medascheda. Because there is Medascheda, there is Krishatva of Udara. Udara becomes Krisha, lean. Because Udara becomes Krisha, Vapu becomes Laghu, lightweight. And because it becomes lightweight, Utthana Yogyatva. So there are 4 such things in the karana karya parampara, in a causal relation. Kavyalinga alankara, obviously. So bhavati utthana yogyam vapuhu. First line is clear. Sattvanam api lakshate vikrutimat chittam bhayakrodhayoho. Sattva, sataha bhavaha sattvam. That which exists, that is sat. And tasya bhavaha sattva. So all these beings, the animals, sattva, they have life life portion in that, and therefore sattvanam, that is the animals, praninam. Sattvanam api lakshate. In the pranis, in the animals also, you can notice something. What can you notice? Vikrutimat chittam, their chitta, what's going on in their mind, the vikara, the modifications in their thoughts that you can notice, especially Bhaya and Krodha. Remember Griva Bhanga Viramam. That was the Bhayanaka rasa. But there will be sometimes the animal will be enraged, and then there will be Krodha also in the eyes of the animal. And so especially the boar and the wild bear and all, So they will be Ruksha and the Varaha, they will get very angry very soon. So there will be Krodha also. And that also can be noticed. So this is not only you become fit and nimble and more active in your duties, in your exercises, but you can also notice what's going on in the mind of fellow existing beings, who are existing with you. This is a coexistence after all. Ishvara has created all of us. Along with us, he has created the sattvas also. So sattvanam api bhayakrodhayoho vikrutimatchittam lakshate. So that is an added advantage. One thing is your body becomes nimble. Secondly, you can, just notice the vikaras going on in the creation of the animals created by the same Father, the ultimate reality. Then there is another very great, what you can say, a labha, okay, labha, benefit he is talking about. Utkarshasya dhanvinam yadishavaha siddhyanti lakshye chale. When ishavaha, the arrows, siddhyanti, are fruitful, they hit, lakshya chala, the moving target. Chala, moving. Laksha, the target. The animal which is moving, which is running. When Ishavaha Siddhyanti, that means they hit the target, they pierce the target which is moving, Utkarshasya Dhanvinam. That can be called a real Utkarsha, a real, improvement in the field of archery for the person who is shooting the arrow. Utkarshasya dhanvinam. So this is the highest highest commendable thing, highest achievement, goal achieved by the archers when they are able to hit the moving or running target, running animal. And therefore, Mityaisha Vyasanam Vadanti Mrigayam Idrug Vinoda Kutaha. Now I thought बहुत दिनों से निरुक्ति नहीं ली है सबकी, so I will go for nirukti for some of these words. Okay, so this is a Kavyalinga Alankara I said, and regarding one archer there are so many actions, so there is Kriya Samuchaya Alankara as well along with the Kavyalinga. Vyasanam. What is the nirukti of Vyasana? Mityaisha Vyasanam Vadanti. Vyasana is a vice, a bad thing to do. Vyasyati Shreyaha Tasmat Vyasanam, which deprives you of your credit, of your goodwill, Shreyaha. That is called Vyasana. Vyasati Adhova Vrajati, that which takes you down and down, which becomes the cause of your adhappatana, your fall. That is called Vyasana. Such a nice derivation. Vyasana really takes a person down. Adhodho gamayati. So, adho vrajati va iti Vyasanam. So, that is Vyasana. And therefore, the thing which is causing your ruin, you have to avoid that. Tasmat parivarjayet. And therefore people have been advising parivarjayet. Okay. Now what is Meda? Meda is Sneha, the fat. Medati, Snehati iti Medas. So it is the Sneha accumulated at one place. So that's what I told you, that when the mouse becomes ripened or cooked in the fire, the gastric fire, abdominal fire, it turns into Meda, and then it is very hard to reduce fat. Mausa you can reduce, flesh you can reduce, but Meda, very difficult to reduce. So those who are very fat, ask them what not they have tried, diet, exercise, this, that, but once they put on and that the flesh turns into fat, it's very, very difficult to get, the Purva avastha, the lean avastha. So, Medyati, Snehati iti, it is as good as Vapa, the fat. Okay. Then Krisha Tanu Karane, and therefore it is called Krishodaram Tanu Karane, become weak or lean. Karshyam, and therefore the Karshyavastha Anena Suchita. In the Viraha, normally, in the separation, the lovers get emaciated. Kanakavalaya Bhrausharikta Prakoshtaha in Meghaduta. So, Karshya, Krisha, Tanu Karane. Udaram, the word Udara is Drinatehe Rinaterva. Ru is Gatyarthaka and Dru Darayati, to tear apart. Okay. So, Drinatehe Rinaterva. So, whatever food you take, that is analyzed, torn apart, particle by particle, It is like torn, it is analyzed, it is divided, subdivided into small molecules, and then it is digested. Not the whole laddu which you gulp down, it is broken into pieces. So, Dharayati. And Rinate, everything goes in, whatever you eat, goes in the Jathara. It is called Jathara. Jathara is an old word used even in the Rigveda, and it is Jagdham Annam Dhriyate Asmin iti Jatharam. That is one. In Udara also is used in the Rigveda, and Soma is called Rududaraha or Mrududaraha, one whose Udara is very soft, a soft bellied Soma, because Soma is a drink, and it is porous, Sachidratvat, Rududaratvamasya. That is what the commentary goes. So, Soma is said to be Rududara. Then Vapuhu is body. Utthana Yogyam Vapuhu. So, Vapu is body. The derivation is from Vapa to so. Upyante Sarva Dukkhani Atra Asmin iti Vapuhu. All the miseries, all the sorrows are as if sown in this body. The body is, an amalgamation of so many things, mostly the bad things, not the good things. Because whatever we eat, we don't know outwardly, we, jakpak with scent and this and that and unguents and so many things, ointments, powder, creams, everything. But what is there inside? That is, okay, let me not describe that. So, upyante sarva dukkhani iti vapa plus unadi pratyaya u. Ishuhu is from ishatehe gatyarthat vadharthat va. So, that which goes, when released, it goes and hits the target. So, isha, gatyartha dhatu, or vadhartha, it kills the animal, and therefore it is called ishu. And we know I already stated. Now here I would like to refer to some principles of Dhanurveda, because when he says utkarshasya cha dhanvinam yadishavas siddhyanti lakshye chale. So, there are two people, two things. One is the laksha, one the target, and the other is the archer, the dhanvin. So, two people, two things, there are four possibilities by combinations, right? The first combination is both are sthira. The target is grazing somewhere or drinking water, so it is sthira, and the person hiding behind the bush, he is also sthira. Such a dhanvin is called sthira bhedi. We have, Dhanurveda by Vasishtha, Dhanurveda Samhita, and Vasishtha taught this to Vishwamitra. Vasishtha taught the same one to Rama and Lakshmana. So, we have that, and you may listen to the Dhanurveda talk in the Ola lecture series for more details. There are so many interesting points, like what are the types of arrows. There are masculine arrows, feminine arrows, and neuter arrows, and different, the tip is tapering or fat or even. Based on that, the linga of the arrow is decided. And then Naracha and Vimuktaka and so many things are there, Astra and all that. So, you can listen to the Dhanurveda topic by me. And then that is Sthira Bhedi, I was telling you, Sthira Bhedi. Then there is Chala Bhedi, the target is moving, okay, the animal is moving, but the person is hiding behind the bush, and therefore he can just aim, like that, and release the arrow. So, that is Chala Bhedi. Then Chala, the target is still and the person is moving. He is moving on a horseback or he is moving in a chariot. So, the archer is moving and the target is Achala. Okay. So, one is Chala, one is Achala. Both are Achala. And in the one Achala and one Chala, the two combinations, either the target is Sthira or the Dhanvin is Sthira. And the fourth one is both are Chala. The target is also running and the archer is also running. Both are Chala, and that is a very, very difficult thing. Now, when Arjuna did the Matsya Veda, the Matsya was Chala, but he was Sthira. Right? It is Chala. But when both are moving, then it is really very difficult. And now this situation we can compare that Dushyanta is running on the horseback or in a chariot. So, Dushyanta is also Chala, and the Griva Bhanga Viramam, like the deer in the first act we met. So, the target is also Chala. So, both are Chala, and in this case, if Yadishavaha Siddhyanti Lakshye Chale, Dhanvinaha Utkarshas eva saha. Isn't it a very commendable thing for a Dhanvin to achieve this type of, the highest rank, the distinction in his examination of archery, right? And therefore, this is very, very interesting. Utkarshasya cha dhanvinam yadishavas siddhyanti lakshe chale mithyaisha vyasanam vadanti mrigayam idrug vinodah kutah. Now, Kalidasa wrote this in Shakuntala, and few centuries later, Dandi, who wrote a very beautiful Gadya Kavya called Dashakumara Charita. He has echoed Kalidasa, not in the Padya, it's a Gadya, Dashakumara Charita. So he writes a long paragraph again on the merits of Mrigaya. I'll just read it. This comes in the 8th Uchvasa. In the Dashakumara Charita, there are 10 Uchvasas, and every Uchvasa section. Uchvasa is the name for a section. Kanda, Uchvasa, Nishvasa, Ashvasa, etc. So there are 10 people, one Rajaputra, one Amatyaputra, one Senapati Putra, like that. 10 people, young boys, young adults, and they have gone to different directions, and each one of them is narrating after a year what all they experienced wherever they went. So in the 8th Uchvasa, this Chandrapalita, this is Amatyaputra, Chandrapalita, he had been to a king called a kingdom called Ashmaka kingdom, and there he met Anantavarma, and he wants, he is telling Anantavarma what are the merits of Mrigaya. Okay, and that time he says, Deva yatha Mrigaya hi upakarini na tatha anyat. Of course, his intention is not good. It is to make him more addictive to Mrigaya and forget about the kingdom and ruling the kingdom and the praja, and spend all his time in Mrigaya, Mamsasana and all that. So the intention is not good, but to entice him with the merits, how he speaks, most of these words are literally verbatim copied from Kalidasa. Copied, it's not a good word, but he has borrowed, we can say borrowed from Kalidasa. Deva yatha Mrigaya hi aupakarini na tatha anyat. Atra hi vyayama utkarshad apatsu karta dirghadva langhana kshamaha. Dirgha adva langhana kshamaha. It makes you capable of going across. Dirgha adva, long routes. Then Jangha Javaha, you get strength in your feet, you can run very quickly, fast. Okay? Jangha Javaha, Kapha Apachayat, Arogyaika Moolam Ashaya Agni Deeptihi. Kapha Apachaya, the kapha, whatever is the kapha, the watery element, that becomes reduced because you are always constantly on the movement, and therefore what happens is arogya ekamulam. What is the only thing which is good for your arogya is agni vriddhi. Your gastric fire should be on top, so that whatever you consume gets digested. Ayurveda talks about agni mandya. When agni is manda, you should not eat high protein or high fatty food. Then you should have light diet like soups, salads, etc. But when agni is tivra, then whatever you consume, everything gets digested. So for Ayurveda, agni, the gastric fire, is the most important thing. So they agni chayapa, because agni is the person, not the person, agni is the thing which takes care of your metabolic movements, the chayapa chayakriya. So arogyaika moolam ashayagni deeptihi bhavati kasmat kapha apachayat. Okay, the water elements goes down and the agni element arises. Meda apakarshat, it is the same here. Meda cheda. So meda apakarshat anganam, the organs, sthairya karshya atilaghavadini. Same thing, the krishatva, krishodara and laghu, vapuhu, etc. Then shitoshna vata varsha kshut pipasa sahatvam. you are ready and you are able to tolerate all these, what you can say, the contrary things like Shita, Ushna, Vata, Varsha, all these. So your body becomes strong enough to face any diverse situation. Sattvanam, again see the same thing he has echoed. Sattvanam avasthantareshu chitta cheshtita jnanam. So chitta cheshtita jnanam, whatever is going on in the minds of sattva, all that you can notice. And therefore mrigaya is very good. Okay. So mithyaisha vyasanam vadanti mrigayam idrug vinodaha kutaha. Then this is apparently, to increase the enthusiasm of king, because he doesn't know whether the king really wants to go to the hunting or not. Vidushaka may be saying something, but what is in the mind of king, he wants to know that. Chitta vrittim atra anuvartishye. So Vidushaka says, apehire utsaha hetuka. Oh, you motha ala utsaha वाढवणारा, जा रे तिकडे. Apehire utsaha hetuka, you go away. One who is instigating and inciting, my lord, my friend. Atra bhavan prakriti mapannaha, after a long time. Atra bhavan, my friend, the king, prakriti mapannaha, now he has regained his original position. Now, at least he is thinking, because he has already promised Vidushaka, that vayasyasya, what is that? Kimanyat anatikkramaniyam surudvakyam, etc. So I can't transgress your vachana. So he has already agreed. Now, badi der ke baad, बहुत दिनों के बाद प्रकृतित्वम आपन्नः, why are you again enticing him and instigating him? Atra bhavan prakritimapannaha tvam tavad. If you want to go, you go. But he is now regained his original position. So we will stay here. If you want to go, you may go. You are free to go. How? Atavitaha atavim ahindamanaha naranasikaha lolupasya jirna rukshasya kasyapi mukhe patishyasi. You go on, wandering from atavitaha atavim, from one forest to the other, and while doing so, ni jirna rukshasya kasyapi mukhe patishyasi, till you fall a prey to a jirna ruksha, a very old ruksha. Ruksha is a bear. Ruksha is a bear. Ruksha also means a nakshatra. If it is neuter gender, it means nakshatra. And ruksha, if it is a pullinga, it means a bear. Okay, aswal. So, bhalu we say, right? So, kasyapi mukhe jirna rukshasya. And why rukshasya, jirna rukshasya? These rukshas are said to be naranasika lolupasya. They always, normally all these wild beasts, they are good at sniffing. And this ruksha, especially the bear, they like to bite, at the nose of the people. Naranasika lolupasya. I don't know the tathya in this. Maybe those who are really the foresters or the forest wanderers, forest officers, they can tell you more about it. But naranasika lolupasya jirna rukshasya kasyapi mukhe patishyasi. So if you want to go, you may go. Then this was not the king saying, So the king has to give what is his opinion. So he says, Bhadra Senapate, O Senapati, you are so good. You always talk whatever is favorable to me. But ashrama sannikrishte sthitaha smaha. But we are here now, very near, in the proximity, close to the ashrama. Ataha te vachaha na abhinandami. Therefore, I cannot really entertain your vachana, your saying that mrigaya is vinoda and not a vyasana. Okay? Because we are very close to the hermitage, and therefore I don't see anything worthwhile in what you say. So better to, not to go for Mrigaya. Adya tavat. And then Atha tavat or Adya tavat, yeah, whatever, Atha or Adya. And then again a very, very beautiful verse. Very, very beautiful verse. Maybe we won't have time to complete it. We will see it next Sunday also. But let me read and little bit try to explain, because this needs more explanations. गाहन्तां महिषा निपान सलिलं शृङ्गैर्मुहुस्ताडितं छायाबद्धकदम्बकं मृगकुलं रोमन्थमभ्यस्यतु विश्रब्धं क्रियतां वराहततिभिः मुस्ताक्षतिः पल्वले विश्रामं लभतामिदं च शिथिलजाबन्धमस्मद्धनुः. Very beautiful description, and this comes in a very natural Vaidarbhi style, which is very, very natural to Kalidasa. Now, something about the style first I will talk today. I would like to end up little early, maybe 2, 4, 5 minutes early today, because it's a Guru Purnima festival here. And the Riti, there are 3 very important Ritis in the Sanskrit Kavya Shastra. They are Gaudi, Panchali and Vaidarbhi. Gaudi, both, all these 3, not both, all 3 of them are, they are having names based on the territory to which they belong to. Gaudi from Gauda Desha, Panchali from Panchala Desha, Vaidarbhi from Vidarbha Pradesha. Okay. Now, Gaudi is Ojo Bahula, Shabdadambara Yukta. Gaudi is, and what is that? Samasa Bahula. There are too many long compounds because it has more emphasis on Shabda. Gaudi has more emphasis on Shabda, and therefore so many Shabdas, they come together, Shabdadambara and Samasa Yukta, big compounds. And more emphasis on the words than on the meaning. And Oja is, like what you can say, Teja, and Oja is what, that exuberance and enthusiasm in everything. So it's on the hype. Ojo Guna is the best, is on its peak, pinnacle in the Gaudi style. For example, Banabhatta, when he describes Vindhyatavi Varnana, for example, it abounds in Gaudi style, Samasa Yukta. Then Dandi also is, in fact, Ojas Samasa Bhuyastvam Etad Gadyasya Jeevitam. Ojaha and Samasa Bhuyastvam, abundance of Samasa and Ojo Guna, they are the very life of Gadya in Sanskrit. And therefore all the Gadya writers, the best among the Gadya writer was perhaps Subandhu, who wrote Vasavadatta, and it is said Pratyakshara Shlesha. Because it is Shabda Bahula, Shlesha is a Shabda Alankara, right? And therefore the Shlesha is the most favorite Alankara. Shlesha, Anuprasa and Yamaka, the 3 Shabda Alankaras. All the Gadya writers, take any Gadya and they abound in these 3 Shabda Alankaras, because it is Shabda Adambara Yukta. So Subandhu's Vasavadatta, then Kadambari and Harsha Charita of Banabhatta and Dashakumari Charita of Dandi, these are the best texts, for the Oja style. But Bana also writes in Panchali. Very few times he writes in Oja, that is Gaudi style. But Panchali is Shabdarthayoho Samo Gumpha Panchalityabhidhiyate. Shabda and Artha, both, equally take the weightage. It's neither Shabda as more important nor Artha as more important. Both are important. So, there are Alpa Samasa, not Samasa Bhuyastvam. So, it is not Utkalika Shaili, it is Muktaka or Churnaka Gadya Shaili. If not Vrittagandhi. So these are the 4 Shailis of Gadya. Vrittagandhi, Muktaka, Churnaka and what I said, Utkalika is thick with samasas. Churnaka, scattered, like powder here and there. Muktaka, samasa, free from samasas. And Vrittagandhi, there is a layer, it appears, though it is Gadya, it appears like a Padya. So that becomes a Vrittagandhi, okay. So these are the 4 styles in Gadya again. So Panchali, what I was telling, is Gadya, it is Shabdarthayoho Samogumpaha, Panchali. And then comes Vaidarbhi. And in Panchali, you have Prasada Guna also. Sometimes you have got Ojo Guna. You have Samata, Madhurya. At times, all these, there are 10 gunas enumerated. And these 10 gunas, some 4-5 you can find in Panchali. Some 2-3 you can find in this Gaudi. And Vaidarbhi, Samagra Guna Yukta. All the 10 qualities are there, present in Vaidarbhi style. And Kalidasa is the supreme Chakravarti Samrat of the Vaidarbhi style. He is the Samrat. And then later on many people tried to imitate Kalidasa in the style. The latest is the Ganga Devi of Hampi. She is a poetess and she has written a kavya called Madhura Vijayam, and it is highly influenced by Kalidasa and the Vaidarbhi style. So these are the 3 styles. So this is Samagra Guna Yukta, and what are the Samagra Gunas? I will just enumerate today and then we'll see the entire verse maybe next time. So there is Ojo Guna also, because there is Gadha Bandha. Sometimes there are Samasas, so there is Ojo Guna. Then there is Prasada. Prasada is a very easy, charming way. For Prasada Guna, I think Kavya Prakash, I think only Mammata says that, as a drop of oil on the water spreads very evenly. Similarly, the meaning spreads evenly in your mind. Another example is, take for example a piece of cloth and just put a drop of water. It's very clean, the cloth is very clean, then the water drop will spread evenly on the cloth. As the fire gets evenly burnt when the fagot, the indhana is very ready to get burned, it's all dry, then all of a sudden every part of that gets burnt. Not that the wet one, will burn later and the dry one, not like that. So there are 2-3 upamas which Kavya Prakashakara Mammata gives for Prasada Guna. So reading is understanding, that becomes Prasada. Okay, so there is Prasada Guna also. Then there is Shlesha. Shlesha also is there in Oja. In Gaudi style, there is Shlesha and Oja as most important gunas. There is Shlesha also. Then there is Samata, the evenness of the meaning, evenness of the words. Then Samadhi, there is Aroha and Avaroha, like the Rachana, the Pada Rachana or the Akshara Yojana is such that you that takes you up as in the music there is Aroha, and then evenly it brings you down like Avaroha. So there is Aroha and Avaroha of Akshara Yojana. Okay, so Samadhi is there, Samata is there. There is Madhurya, the sweetness of the language. Then Saukumarya, there is no Kaఠinya. The words which are used are very Sukumara, maybe Mriduvanjanas mostly, and Yamagananam, the Anunasikas, and therefore there is Madhurya and Saukumarya, and there is Udarata, as if there is a Layabaddhata, and therefore there is profundity in that. And Kanti is, it glows, it just shines. The pada, the entire verse, it just rules and pervades your mind. That is Audarya or Udarata. So these are the 10 gunas, and this particular verse, Gahantam Mahisha. So this has been stated by many poeticians as the best example of Vaidarbhi style. So Vishrabdham or Vishramam Labhatam Idam Cha Shithilajja Bandham Asmadhanuhu. We'll take the meaning next time, and let us stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.